I think whenever something happens, in America politically, or even in the case of Roe v. Wade, it's easy to sit here in the UK and think, gee, it's a good thing we've got that sorted. It's a good thing we don't have to, worry about that over here. You know what I'm about to talk about. Not only, this was last month, was it? Yeah, it was last month. In fact, even less than that. It was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. We talked about the fact that the forces in America, mainly the Heritage Foundation and other very sort of big money lobbying groups in America who have lobbied for years, decades, to get rid of Roe v. Wade, to get to their point where they are now, where almost as soon as that happened, you had former deputy president, not Mitch McConnell, can see his face, Pence, that's it, Mike Pence, came out and said, we need a total federal ban on abortions. Now, that is incredibly scary, because if they reach that point, that will cause so much damage to so many people in America. And as I said, it's easy to sit here in the UK, and I'm sure many people in the UK are thinking, gee, that'll never happen here. That'll never happen. But as we just discussed just a couple of weeks ago, the Heritage Foundation and these big moneyed interest groups, they've spent decades, trying to overturn Roe v. Wade to get that complete and utter, abortion ban. They have been spreading their tentacles across the Atlantic to target Ireland, the UK, and even into Europe as well. They don't just see banning abortion in the UK and not in the US as its final ultimate goal. They look across the pond and go, we need to stop, what's going on over in Europe as well. So they will and are currently putting big money towards the Conservatives, not only just here, but other, conservative groups in Europe, to get the abortion debate started in the UK, in places like Ireland, where only just a couple of years ago you had a big referendum to legalize abortion, where Ireland was once one of the had the harshest abortion rules in all of Europe. And now you have these big money interest groups funding politicians in Ireland, not just in Ireland, but here in the UK, to now overturn those rights. And we have to be careful. We really have to be careful. Because I will tell you now, if you do not think it can happen over here, I've got some bad news for you. It could, and it very, very possibly will. Remember, much of what, Trump getting in America and Boris Johnson, they're very much interlinked, So before we watch this video, please do remember to hit that like and share button. And of course, down below, there is a link to my Patreon page and a motivation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can help buy me coffee. And thank you very much to all those people who do support the channel that way. Because this is really shocking, because I for one genuinely thought this. I genuinely thought in the UK, we do not have to have this abortion debate. This has been long ago discussed and put to bed. It is not an issue in the UK. It will never be an issue. It is done. It has been put to bed. But as we said, big money tentacles are reaching their way across the Atlantic and into our politics. Not just here, I suspect, but in places like Ireland and the rest of Europe as well. And their target is to overturn the abortion rules in here as well. If you don't believe me, just take a look at this. This is the UK Parliament. This comes from the Mirror. This guy is called Danny Kruger. This is someone who we have to keep a massive eye on. Because I can guarantee you, if we went looking into, I haven't looked into it, but it wouldn't surprise me if this guy is taking money or has taken money from these groups. It would not surprise me if we looked at his registry of interest to see that he has taken some money from them. So this MP is a Tory MP, not surprisingly, called Danny Kruger. Remember that name. There's a chance this will come up again. And just as this has been pointed out on Twitter already, saying that women, don't have a right to bodily autonomy is exactly how this conversation that led to the overturning of Roe v. Wade in America started. I'm trying to sound the warning bell and getting people to realize that what happened in America could very, very easily happen here. Just listen.
Mr. Speaker, I recognise the degree of distress and concern felt by many members in the House on the Supreme Court's decision. And the fact is, I probably disagree with most members who've spoken so far about this question. They think that that women have an absolute right to bodily autonomy in this matter, whereas I think in the case of abortion, that right is qualified by the fact that another body is involved. But we can disagree on that question. That's the purpose. We disagree on that question, and I offer to members who are trying to talk me down that this is a proper topic for political debate. And my point to the front bench is, I don't understand why we are lecturing the United States on a judgment to return the power of decision over this political question to the states, to democratic decision makers, rather than leaving it in the hands of the courts.
It can happen over here. Do not be complacent thinking that it can't, because he just wants to have the debate, guys. I just want to have the debate. This is a proper political topic that we have to discuss, guys. That's, as it has been brought up on Twitter already, this is how it started in America. We just want to have the debate. This is how Brexit started. Oh yes, we just want to have a debate about our Euroscepticism. This is how, unfortunately, a lot of bad things in politics get started. We just want to have a talk about this, guys. We just want to have a talk about it. We want to open up the political field. We want to open up to having the debate. So never forget, this could happen over here as well. I think it is well worth sounding the alarm bell now rather than later. So with that said, please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below there are links to my Patreon page and an organization link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can buy me coffee. And as always, thank you very much to all those people who do help and support the channel that way. And of course, we'll see you all next time.